What's up, peeps? I'm Aleks Mickelland, and coming right up, I've got the 11th edition of my Euro 2012 previews ready for some show and tell. Today, we have a team that's got some of the best football fans Europe has to offer. A proud national side, Ireland, is in the spotlight. Now, Ireland's been a country famous for a great number of exported players in the English Premier League, the N-Power Championship, and the Scottish Premier League, among others. And many of them have made a good impact in those leagues. But when it comes to representing the national side, Ireland's left a lot to be desired. Of the 32 major international tournaments before Euro 2012, Ireland only qualified for 4 of them. That's right, just 4. Not a good record to say the least. Thankfully, they've all come within the last 24 years. And despite all that, whenever Ireland has managed to qualify for one of these World Cups or Euros, they've proved to be a difficult side to get by. Case in point, they finished with 3 points in Euro 88, a win, a tie, and a loss, just narrowly missing the semifinals. They rolled all the way to the quarterfinals in World Cup 1990. They even beat eventual finalists Italy in 1994, advancing to the second round. And in 2002, Ireland was able to push Spain of all teams to a penalty shootout, before bowing out in football's greatest lottery. Needless to say, they're a tough out, and they always have been. And thanks to players like Packy Bonner, Niall Quinn, Ray Houghton, Tony Cascarino, and Roy Keane, the boys in green were able to announce themselves on the world stage. Now they're back in the major international scene and looking to turn some heads once again. As they're coached by an Italian, Giovanni Trapattoni, you'd expect Ireland to be catered towards the defensive side of things. And you'd be right on the money. This team's fortitude and resiliency in the back is something to watch, as they've conceded only 7 goals in their qualifying matches. They'll be led by Shay Given, Ireland's all-time appearances leader who's proven time and time again to be a consistent goalkeeper. In the back 4, you have John O'Shea, once a key part of Manchester United for a number of years thanks to his strength and adaptability. You've also got guys like Shane St. Ledger. But the cream of the crop here is Aston Villa's Richard Dunn, who's a fantastic overall defender with quickness, heading ability, great positional sense, and the experience to boot. His quality was most thoroughly displayed in the 0-0 draw against Russia in qualifying, a match in which Russia completely dominated in terms of chances, possession, among other things. But Dunn was an immense presence at the back. This guy was stopping everything, several goal-scoring opportunities, and he was an absolute menace for the Red Army. Now, advancing up the pitch, you have Aidan McGeady and Damien Duff on the wings. McGeady's more of a skillful, speedy trickster, while Duff is a solid setup man, delivering constant passes and crosses, with great consistency. Up front, you have Kevin Doyle, a great team player and hard worker who always does his job to get chances at goal and provide for others. And finally, you have Robbie Keane. The man's done it all. A classic-era clinical finisher with a proven goal-scoring record for teams like Leeds, Tottenham, Aston Villa, and now the Los Angeles Galaxy. He will be Ireland's key if they ever hope to advance past the group stage in Euro 2012. While their defense is certainly capable of holding their own, they have concerns through the roster. First and foremost, their central midfielders are just average, to say the least. Arguably the weakest part of the Irish national team setup. Glenn Whelan and Keith Andrews are decent players, but they lack the necessary quality and cutting edge needed at a major international level. Especially Andrews, who's played a majority of his career in the lower tiers of English football. They've been overrun and manhandled in the past, especially in that Russia game, and they definitely risk being at Spain and Italy's mercy. Now, the boys in green will have to count on these two to hold the fort for them in Poland and Ukraine, and will have to play some of their best football to do so. Then, you've got issues in offensive service. McGeady lacks the consistency to put forth great crosses. Sure, he'll beat a guy or two, but he usually fluffs on the final ball. While Damien Duff has lost a step or two in recent years, no longer the high-flying winger he was in his Chelsea days. As well, Doyle hasn't had the greatest of seasons, playing for Premier League bottom feeders Wolverhampton, failing to find the back of the net on a regular basis. bagging just 4 goals in 31 appearances. Their efforts will have to be redoubled if they want to ensure guys like Robbie Keane get more chances. Now, Ireland is going to put up a strong front no matter the opposition. That's a certainty. Granted, they lack the talent compared to the other sides in the group, but they have a savvy, stable defense that will keep them in games until the end. It's just a shame. I just don't see too much luck for the Irish this time around, though, as I've got them winding up in last place in Group C. That's right, 4th out of 4. Spain, Italy, and Croatia just have more going for them than the boys in green do at the moment. And the lack of consistency up front and on the wings, especially in central midfield, really hurts their chances. That being said, they won't sulk and they won't give up. And they will play every game like it's their last. Hats off to them. And that's a wrap for Ireland. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, like, and comment this video. And keep your eye peeled for tomorrow's video, where I'll give you my scoop on how Croatia's prospects look for Euro 2012. For now, I'm Aleks Mickelland, and you're watching Euro 2012 Predictions on AMTV.